Grouping selection games, also known as in and out games, are one of the relatively harder game types that give students a lot of trouble. Here, we are choosing or picking some variables, but not others, from a list. These games often involve conditional rules, conditional reasoning, such that if we have one variable, then we do not have another variable, or if we lack a variable, then we must have another. So a lot of these games come down to the difference between having a positive variable, then a negative variable, versus a negative arrow positive. And I have some links to articles below this video relevant to this game type and these concepts if you'd like to find out more. Now, common tasks these games involve: which variables must be selected or chosen to be in, which cannot be selected, chosen to be out, which variables require that others be chosen or not be chosen, and which variables being out require other variables to be chosen or not to be chosen. A lot there. It seems more abstract than it is. Real examples will make this more palatable and understandable for you. So again, links below this video with all the details on those concepts. Now, ultimately, our task is to determine which are chosen and which are not from the total set of variables. So here we have an example of what a diagram for a grouping selection game could look like. This is from a game that I created. There's a link to it below this video. Here we have, if G is in, then E must be out. So G requires not E. Positive variable requires a negative variable, and it's contrapositive. If E is in, then G must be out. So positive followed by negative, at least one of G and E must be out. On the contrary, we have a negative variable E followed by a positive variable J. So if E is out, then J must be in. Contrapositive, if J is out, then E must be in. So the J-E relationship establishes at least one variable in, and the G-E relationship establishes at least one of G and E must be out. Now, I walk through the full setup for this game in the link below this video, but again, this is an example of what a fairly complicated in and out game diagram might look like. There are simpler games, there are more complex games, all within the selection category, and these are essential to understand. I cannot emphasize this enough. These games have come up again and again over the course of LSAT history. You have the classic Birds in the Forest game, Test 33 Game 2. You have the Photograph game, Test 45 Game 3. You have 58 Game 2 with the Volunteers. It goes on and on and on. So master this game type, or else you're leaving points on the table. Again, lots of links to various articles and games illustrating these concepts below this video. Check them out. Can't emphasize it enough. Master this game type.